So a really cool thing happened the other day. This really great question came up with someone who is new to Kundalini Yoga, and they were like, so much discomfort comes up when I practice Kundalini Yoga, and like, why are we holding these postures for so long? So what I want to explain is part of that discomfort is your way of kind of moving through the moving through the gook. And that's why we hold the postures for 3 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes, depending on what the Kriya is asking us to do. Holding that posture and sitting in that space of discomfort is actually when we are making the transformation. That is when the transformation is actually happening. It's like you're walking through the fire. And what happens afterwards? You imprint a whole new way of being, a whole new pattern in your mind, a whole new space in your body and in yourself. You imprint something new when you go through that tough space of discomfort. So something really cool was happening today. I did Sobhag Kriya, which is a Kriya for prosperity and abundance. And I did it for the full maximum time, which was 11 minutes per exercise. And there's this one part of the Kriya where you're holding your arms up in a 60-degree angle. Your fists are really tight and you're squeezing really, really tight on your thumbs, which is going to help with balancing the ego. And you're chanting, God, 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 God. And so I was running late for my class, and the trains were a mess today, and I was stressed, and I was kind of like about to burst, and then all of a sudden, all I could hear was that mantra, God, 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 and all I could feel was the feeling that my body had when I was doing the exercise. And that is why we practice Kundalini Yoga, and that is why we practice for the amount of time that we practice for. That is why we hold the postures for 3 minutes. That's why we hold the meditations for 11 minutes, sometimes 22 minutes. It's through that holding that we create a new time and space in the body. And what will happen is that new pattern will start showing up in our lives. So when I was freaking out, my body, my memory, my emotional memory took me back into the Kriya. And that Kriya was still working on me and still effective. So that's also why we do things for 40 days. So that was just this morning that I did that Kriya. Can you imagine what will happen with the imprint of the Kriya when I do it for 40 days? So these exercises, these tools, they are given to us to make the impossible possible. Yogi Bhajan would say that a lot. All of this stuff will make the impossible possible. I want to even go so far as to say these are practices for immortality. This is stuff that will help you become immortal. When I say immortal, I don't mean untouchable. I don't mean that you're going to become superhuman and you should start flying out of buildings. No, I mean that it imprints you so deeply that you don't forget. And that's what immortal means. Immortal means you don't forget. So your practice becomes so strong, it becomes such a part of you that you don't ever forget it. And so when you're going through those spaces that are challenging, when you're going through those spaces that erupt you and bring you into these deeper emotional spaces, the practice will pull you through. The practice will work for you. The practice will actually be a part of how you work through the space. And that's why we call it a practice, because we're practicing how to be. We're practicing how to be present. We're practicing how to be tolerant. We're practicing how to have patience. We're practicing how not to react. We're practicing how to love again, how to be in love with every moment of your life, no matter what's happening, no matter what's going on. So super, super, super psyched that I have a new satellite for us to practice in here at Sonic Yoga. Thank you, Sonic, for embracing Kundalini Yoga. Sonic is on 8th Avenue between 55th and 56th Street. I'll be here every Tuesday at 1 and every Wednesday evening at 6:30. So please join us, drop in, and I look forward to practicing with you always. Sat Nam.